It's been heavy on my mind all day whether to make a live video or just to record a video to get my voice heard. I no longer have that choice because um, I am ineligible for mobile uploads, live streaming right now on my account via YouTube. So, video it is. I'm on here couple reasons. One, there is a purpose for me to make this video, which will go over a lot of heads. However, I know a lot of people will also be able to relate to the purpose of this video. And two, reading words, black, white, or whatever color font you want it to be in, on screen or on paper, it comes across and its meaning, the tone, it's only seen through the eyes of the reader. So, however, that person is reading it and intaking it is how it comes across to them. It doesn't matter how you intended it to go across. What matters is how it comes across to the eyes of the one that's reading it. So to eliminate some of that, we're gonna go ahead and do vocal, vocal communication. Now, I am going to be doing a little bit of rambling because it's just been stuff that's just been on my mind and trying to figure out how to proceed. And you ever feel like you're being watched? Like a lot of times you will have scenarios where it's like this. Okay, it be those situations where you're like, don't I know you? No, you don't know me. You've heard of me. You do not know me. You get to know me through me, not the streets. People are allowed to choose what personal business they share with who. You know what I'm saying? It's none of your business. You're right. It's none of your damn business. It's none of your business. Unless I allow it to be your business. Nobody really gives a fuck about the next person anyway. Most of the time, you're looking for some shit to talk about, to gossip about, some shit to hold over their head. No, no, that's not me. When you have nothing to prove to anybody but yourself, then that's what you do. That's what you do. When people get to feeling like you owe them something or you owe them some type of explanation, why? Why? Because you interpreted something that I'm doing or I'm said the wrong way without coming to clarify? I am very big on talking to whoever, fucking whoever. I'm very big on coming to talk to me about me. People add to, take away, subtract, stretch all kind of stories. And depending on what their motive is behind repeating the story, shit could go left. A lot of times people don't even know what they're talking about. They're going off some he say, she say shit. Yet they still will not go and get no clarification. But then be expecting somebody to meet some random ass standards that they done met and they done created in their head off shit that they done heard or shit that they done misinterpreted or don't even understand. The way the world and the economy is set up now, the aggression level is out of control. Like me, a lot of people think I'm soft or weak as shit. I don't even care. I'm sensitive, I'm emotional, I'm a crybaby. I stay to myself. I go to work, I come home, I take care of my business. Right now, I'm currently working on things in the background that I've been working on for all of my life, trying to keep myself motivated and going, trying to keep myself away from people, trying to keep myself different. I've experienced so much stuff in my life at a young age that I just don't. I just do not. I'd rather keep my peace. I'd rather not relive my childhood. I want better for myself and for my kids. I work hard to provide for my family. I've been working hard for a better life. Now, here's a little tidbit: the economy is set up for you to die in debt. Like, credit is tied to you getting loans from other people money and paying them interest for them allowing you to borrow their money. It's good because you need to build your credit, but there's other ways of building your credit without going in debt. Me, I learned at such a young age that I just want to have my own. Nothing big, nothing fancy, just my own that is going to financially keep me stable to where I can live comfortably for my own standards. And I don't want to die in debt. I got student loans that I have to worry about paying back. I don't want to have student loans and business loans and personal loans and all kind of loans. I don't want to have to be dying in hundreds of dollars in debt and shit. Like no, I want to be able to break even. The money that I generate that comes into my household, I want it to be mine. I want me to be able to be like, I did this. I done took all my time. I done learned everything I needed to learn for me, for my own benefit, to keep me away from the streets, to keep me from going crazy, to keep my mental state strong. I am one of those who literally have to keep my mental strong. You don't never know what people are going through in their life that will have them mentally just broken. Like literally one fuck up, one bad situation away, one word away, one just one one straw left before they are broken. And then y'all will be the one to break that back. And it goes a couple ways. For the most part, when they're mentally damaged, they're acting out in one way or the other. Like their violence, they have the I don't give a fuck attitude. Like they just people don't know signs of depression. Half the people that are depressed are borderline suicidal. There are so many signs that go unnoticed. People act strong all the time, but most of the time it's an act. If you ask somebody how they're doing or if you're okay, the safety response is going to be, I'm good, I'm all right, ain't shit wrong. Whole time they're in turmoil. Why is that? Because again, like I mentioned, nobody really gives a fuck about you. And 9 times out of 10, people gonna make it clear they don't give a fuck about you. So whatever they learn about you, basically, is gonna be used against you. They don't want to try to make you help better, be better. They don't want to try to understand it. They don't want to try to learn from you or it. They just want to be fucking nosy at some most points. Most of the time, they just want to be nosy, have some shit to talk about. I don't get it. Now, I told you a little bit about me on the emotional side and mental state wise. Another little thing about me, I come across weak to a lot of people, but that's just because up in here, my mind, I'm an overthinker. I'm an observer and I'm emotional. Those are some traits that I'm a very complicated person to understand. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. But I'm so direct and so straightforward and honest that it's ridiculous. I would be so open and honest with people, and then they'd be like, "It's got to be a lie because I'm so direct." Wrong. No, no. The way I'm set up is first I'm grown, so I have no reason to lie to nobody about nothing. Second, I don't do things I feel the need to lie about to nobody. To nobody. I ain't got no problem telling nobody nothing about me. You can't change me, mistakes and all. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Don't climb to be perfect. Don't act to be perfect. Not not even out here trying. What you see with me is what the hell you get. God says, "Come as you are. I come as I am." Ain't nothing to it, behind it, none of that. It just is what it is. What you see is what you see. What you get is what you get. I don't try to do nothing too out of the stream or none of that. I'm just trying to be little on me. That's it. That is it. That and then I'm working on building my little company in the background. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to die debt free. So as of yet, like how let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. As a kid, I was the nerd. I was the outcast. I was the one nobody ever liked because I was always in the books. I didn't want to run the streets. Seventh grade hit. I cried like a big ass baby when I got my first D in gym for not changing my clothes. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I own it. I admit to it. Oh well, say I'm soft all you want to. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. I've been used to not being liked. Don't even care about being liked. I really don't even care what's being said about me to a certain extent. Because remember, I said there is a purpose behind this video. That purpose is just to get myself out there, just to get my voice heard. Which, and here comes the tricky part. Because of where I'm going to leave this video at, people will probably not see this video for a long time. Like me telling the world about me, a little bit about me, give you a real insight about me. Fuck the shit that you heard about me or you think you know of me. Me giving you an insight about me is going to go unobserved for a long time. And I'm going to track it. I'm going to track it. I'm going to see how long it takes. Because you could tell. I mean, the views, you'll see if anybody viewed it, but you'll be able to tell if any of the things that I actually say is being heard. Remember, I said I'm very, very observant. And as I progress and go, I will know because What I do first off, before I go into more detailed things that I'm doing, because I'm spreading it out just to spread it out before I lead up into what it is. The main reason of me even getting out there to even let y'all really get to know me, aside of assuming. Let's see. I okay. Look, okay. So cried at my first thing. As a teenager, you go through that whole little phase like I don't give a fuck about shit, yada yada yada. Whatever raised up with, what I'm saying, whatever's in your household, this is what you see, this is what you think is the norm, okay? So then you got that part. Now, I've also, because I've had the brain and I've got these walls built up, then I don't I'm not too much of a talker. But with me always having the like I used to want to be like a teacher or a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? I like to argue my points. I like to teach people things. I like to teach people things. So, first thing, that's the first thing that's important. I like to teach people things. I have no intention of spending all my time or most of my days behind the chair. That was never my purpose. I want to be able to coach on how to take care of natural hair so you can have healthy years for years. And I do mean years, well into your elderly years. Let me tell you something. Everybody likes to look good. Women are more touchy about their hair than men. Okay. If you have straight hair, it's not too much, care wise, it's not too much in it. You know what I'm saying? If you have curly hair, is a difference. Just like it's a difference from having low porosity hair and high porosity hair, there's a difference from how you care for straight hair and how you care for curly hair. Now, me, a lot of my time is spent experimenting and getting to learn curly hair. The things that I've learned or that I've experienced that I could touch bases on is nothing that you can learn from overnight, especially when you come fresh out of cosmetology school. Not to mention, they will tell you when you get out of school, your first 2 years or so, it's just you basically trying to build yourself. I haven't been trying to build myself. I've been trying to improve myself. I've been trying to firsthand see causes and effects of how things react to your hair or what you can do to kind of repair or how to like products ingredients. It's just so much. It's just so much. There is years behind this. Now, as a kid, I always knew, like, I'm good with numbers. I've always liked numbers. Math was my favorite subject. Still is my favorite subject. Working with numbers, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's the complexity of it that makes my brain think, that intrigues me. Like I mentioned, I'm an overthinker. So when something catches my interest, first I have to understand it. I have got to understand it. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? If it's useful, but I just like to know things. I just like to know things. and I like to understand things. So for me, math, it does that. It gives me an understanding of how to figure it. Problem solving. I like problem solving. It's just that simple. It's just figuring out problems. I'm a problem solver. So throughout the course of the years, I take a lot of pictures of things, but pictures speaks volumes. Like you see the progression. You'll see the stories behind what I'm doing behind the scenes. As a kid, I always knew I wanted to be an accountant of my own business. Okay. Now, I mean, because I was a little nerdy, well, no, a little to it, because I was nerdy and because I was always reading and because I was always in the books, because I was the one that always went to school every day, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I wasn't into the streets just yet. Like, some shit happened, and then I jumped into the streets on some rebellious shit, on some I don't give a fuck shit, fuck the world shit. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them shit. Like, fuck you, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. I had the men mentality, put it that way. And look, let me tell you something. I hear all this shit talking about pressure these days. Let me tell you what pressure is. Pressure is a female that thinks like a nigga but still responds and acts like a woman. That's pressure. The society has become, first off, gender roles need to, y'all need to skip me with the gender role shit. That's just a whole nother video coming down, the conversation, ranting, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's something completely. That's a no. That's another. It's coming. Because the gender role shit, no, there is no different. One reaction is not different or should not get a different reaction than just based on genders. So regardless of man or female, if you do something, the reaction should be the same. Period. Period. I had that mindset a while ago when a teenage years and years ago. So like, and that's just my mindset. Like, men are not superior than women. Period. They cannot do things that women cannot do. Women have to fucking fight for everything that they do. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Women have to fight to go to school. Women, like, they're supposed to just cook and clean and take care of the kids and sexually satisfy a man whether they wanted to or not. They had to fight. We had to fight to go to school. We have to do a whole bunch of fighting for the women to have our equal rights right now. So therefore, we are equal. We are no different. We are not different. We gotta go to work now and pay bills and raise the household and clean and sexually satisfy you. You gotta do the same. We had to fight for some shit that y'all are supposed to naturally already be doing. No, that's another headache. But let me. I, my mind wanders. My mind wanders. My mind be everywhere. Now back to me progressing. I learned. My kids, my kids came into play, and then things started to change. Like, I had my son at 15, my first son at 15. Who do y'all think had to take care of that baby? Who do you think light bulbs and mine had to start to change? And mind you, before I got pregnant, I was suicidal. I literally tried to take my life just for dealing with the just not knowing how to comprehend or how to process things that I've experienced in my life. Just I have not ever been confident in myself, ever. And if you look at the pictures, like if you look at my words, you'll probably just think, oh, she's just sensitive and soft and shit. Really, that's just, I don't interact with people. I do not interact with people. I'm literally in my world. I don't talk on a daily basis to nobody. I don't go hang out with nobody. Like literally, I am by myself. So when I'm on my social medias, most of the time it's just the things that I'm thinking. Like literally, well, really, it be directed. It be indirectly directed to people, because me, it just be the shit that's on my, like, it cannot be related. It cannot be towards you if I don't even know you. First, if I don't know you, if I don't know nothing about you, or if I'm not hanging around you, or if I'm not with you, or talking to you on a daily basis, or interacting with you, then obviously it's just me, right? Right? I don't know. But yeah, it might surprise y'all that like my confidence level has always been low. Always been low. Y'all won't be able to see it because I carry a smile on my face all the time, even when I take my pictures and things. Like, first off, it's just natural beauty you see. There is nothing that I do that take time or a lot of effort. Like, I do things that just keeps me. First off, I smile all the time, whether it has to be a forced smile or not. Yes, I look mean all the time. I do, because I don't like people. The way people think, it's just, I don't understand. And then it be, mm, people just don't be genuine. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's just what it is. So for me, it's just better because I am so open and honest, but then I will also come across rude because, like I mentioned, I don't have to tell you everything about me, especially if it's something personal. So that may come off as me being rude, or the fact that I'm always quiet will come off as me being mean or some shit. I don't even know. But that again is because you don't come and get to know me through me. Now we're gonna fast forward to what we get into, like, I'm gonna drop hints about me working with natural hair. Let me tell you a little something about that. I didn't know as a kid what business I wanted to have, or what field I wanted to be in. I just knew I wanted to be an accountant of my own business because I was good with math, right? And then my mom, with me being a nerd and whatnot, she used to always put this little thought in my head that on my office door it would be Sir M. Blatch, SIRM, and then Blatch. The Sir to throw them off because of my first name, and they won't know if I'm female or male. And then the M. Blatch is just my middle name and my last name. Okay, simple enough. But as a kid, that it sounds good. In my head, I already know what I want to do. She just encouraged me with, like, what I'm saying, the name plate on your door and the suspiciousness, well, not even suspiciousness, just the curiousness of who is Sir M. Blatch? Who is that? Who is he? Who is he? I don't know, but it stuck with me. Okay, so now we're gonna fast forward. Now I have two girls. As I mentioned earlier, females care more about their hair. Now, and curly hair takes more to care for than straight hair. Okay. Black females, look, let me tell you something. Black females and black males, they are the ones that are the most particular about their hair, how it looks, period. Just period. I was gonna try to break it down, but look, let me tell you what. Black woman, yeah, right. You can barely touch their hair. A black man will have a whole entire fit if they line up ain't right, or if they line, or they, if they artwork in their head is not right, they will have a whole entire like be ready to fight some shit. White women, well, straight, yeah, white women, Asian women, most of the straight haired females, their biggest frustration is finally styling. Like, for the most part, they know it's their styling is their issue, not so much as they care, because you have less styling options for straight hair. So like, only time they really would throw a fit is when it's special events. Like, these are memories that they are purposely creating. Like, memories are created anyway, but when they schedule special events, then they want to just come and show out. Like, they don't want the everyday hairstyle. Like, they want, that's the time when they're gonna flip the fuck out if the result isn't what they want. Okay. Now men, white men, they're the easiest going ones when it comes to doing their hair. They understand hair gonna grow back. They don't even care. They just want it to be presentable for when they go to work. That's it. That's all. And fuck it. Okay. Now, my daughter, like, I never knew how to properly take care of natural hair, natural curly hair. Now, as a teenager, I do hair. Well, I don't do other people's hair, but I would have to always do my hair, always braid my hair, always put my hair up, like always be the one to do my hair. Okay. But I never knew how to care for my hair. So then when I had my daughter, your kids, you want better for your kids. Like, you don't want your kids, like me. I went through that stage in school where everybody used to talk about me, then nobody liked me. Like, I was the outcast and nobody want to hang out with me, all because I was a nerd, because I was book smart, because I didn't want to fit into the damn streets. To be honest, I never have, other than when I tumbled. The street life is not that interesting to me. It really isn't. It really isn't. And maybe just because my brain is different, or because I experience shit differently and I look at things differently. I don't know. But the street life, the environment I grew up in as a kid, that street life shit just was not appealing to me. Granted, you know what I'm saying? I tumbled a little bit before I caught myself. That's that little transition area, you know what I mean? But I caught myself. So now we flip back to when I had my daughter, and me wanting better for my daughter. You don't want to send your kids to school and be that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to start to train your kids to be like, ignore people, don't care what people say, even though it's getting to them, or you don't understand that even though that's how they're supposed to think, that's really not how they're thinking. And then you want to kind of shelter them. You don't want them to experience that. You don't really want them to not want to go to school, or to have to go to school all the time and fight, or have to go to school and defend themselves, or just lack of self-esteem because their parents can't afford the finer things of life. That, like, their parents are not financially stable enough to give them and spend all that money on better quality things. So she got to doing a lot of swimming, and the back of her hair starts to break out from the chlorine. Now, mind you, I didn't know how to, even though I'm in my 20s at this damn point. Matter of fact, oh, closer to 30, but I still don't know how to properly care for hair. So, like, I can style it, I could put products in it, but I'm not caring for it. And you can see, like, a lot of people have damage in their hair. Most of the time, it's just mechanical damage. So, it's kind of tricky because you're not aware, but you care. Because when you go to do your hair, you'll see it, you'll notice different things. So it's like we care, but see, I cared more about her, protecting her than protecting me. So her hair is her back, the back of her hair is breaking out. Because of course it's summertime, she's doing a lot of swimming and whatnot, and then I'm already wasn't putting the things in her hair ingredient wise that it was needed to keep healthy, strong hair and to retain length. Now, at this point in time, she is worried about the length of her hair. I have started to care about the health of her hair because the back is falling out. Some of the other parts of her hair is just short, but it's no growth to it. So, me being a mother, another thing about me, I will not ask for help for shit from nobody. I don't like nobody feeling like I need them for nothing. If I ask you for something, if I come to you and I ask you for something and you act like you don't want to do it or you do not do it, I will not come back to you again and ask you for shit. Because that's just me. I will get out here and I will do what I have to do to figure out what it is I need to do to make sure I get it done by myself. Or I will go pay a professional to do it if I can't do it myself. Part of the reason why it's taking me so long, not only to lead up to the whole purpose of behind this, which at this point, if y'all can't tell this natural hair, then I don't know what to tell you. But also, so y'all can see the journey. It's years to this. It's years to this. Years. Years behind this. So again, me being me, want to protect my daughter from other kids not giving a fuck. I had to figure out how to, because like I said, her hair wasn't growing, but it was steady falling out. Now, at this point in her life, she's starting to talk about wanting longer hair. Like, she wants shorter length hair. And I'm like, it's breaking out, not growing. So I had to figure it out myself. How did I figure it out? I took my ass to cosmetology school. I sure did. I sure did. All for her. I sure the fuck did. I went to school. Like, to style the hair is not no problem. Like, I've been a braider for years. I like simple shit though. Like, I don't know. But I did. And although they teach you more of the chemical services and thermal, not so much the natural. So I still had to teach myself a lot and learn a lot, but they just helped me gain a better understanding, if that makes some sense. If you've been in cosmetology school, it definitely makes sense to you. Definitely makes sense. And then you gotta know not to ever stop learning. Okay, so you got that to take in consideration. So yeah, I did. I went to cosmetology school, and because of life, you know, I go through shit. I deal with shit. I observe shit. I block shit. Like carry pain well is all I can say. Okay. So now we're in the chapter of my life to where I'm at cosmetology school, doing my thing, learning. When I say learning, I am learning. Okay. Because literally, all I know how to do was style hair. I ain't know shit about natural hair, especially curly hair. And I got a whole hair full of curly hair, thick curly hair at that. Okay. Like, I'm in school and look, let me tell you, my hair is the type of hair that people wanted to play and to play around with to see what it to manipulate to see what it could do. Like it's that thick 4C type curly hair, low porosity resistant hair. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with up underneath this cap. Now, so now we get past the whole I'm in cosmetology school. I've done graduated. Now look, I had to deal with some folk shit there too. Miscommunication like a motherfucker on both parts. It's a little situation behind that too. Which me being me, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little clue, a little insight. Why? Because I try not to be what I am not. What you see is what you get. I am who I am, and like I don't mind sharing or telling you about me. You just gotta talk to me about me. But I can also clear up some things that you don't understand neither. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Now, dealing with the school, 2-year program. It took me about 3 years to get done. As I mentioned, it was some fuck shit I was going through with them too. Like I had shit outside of life that was affecting school. It was a online situation at first. Got employment to deal with. You got other shit to deal with. So it went to me being online to me having to attend 5 days, and that causes more problems because again, I was a manager working, and managers they supposed to be just open availability period. And then I was trying to attend school. Now, you'll also have to you'll get financial aid or whatever. So, as long as you keep the GPA up and you keep your attendance up or whatnot, they'll pay financial aid. You know what I'm saying? It's not traditional schooling, but it is what it is. Okay. And then, but if you go past your graduation date, you have overages. Okay.